Let's Thresh a Lentil by Barrie Mahoney. An interesting photographic exhibition in Lanzarote caught my eye this week. The exhibition was presented by local students and it brought together 300 photographs from the family albums of their grandparents and great-grandparents, which reflected life on the island in the last century. In one photograph, the great-grandparents of one student are shown threshing lentils, which were grown on the island. Lentils are usually regarded as one of the world's healthiest foods. It was interesting to see that they were grown and harvested in Lanzarote, as well as the other Canary Islands. The island of Lanzarote is just 60 miles off the coast of the Sahara. It's a dry and volcanic island with 6 to 8 inches of rain in a good year and much less during a drought. Both this and its volcanic geology became this island's destiny. Serious problems for islanders were caused by volcanic disasters. As with all the Canary Islands, such conditions determined the crops that could be grown to ensure survival in sometimes wretched economic and climatic conditions. One of the answers was to be lentils. Long before the Spanish conquest of the Canary Islands, people used the rich, fertile earth to grow a range of subsistence crops, which included lentils. The lentil is one of the oldest and hardiest foods in the world, and there is no legume more resistant to arid land than the lentil. It needs very little water to grow and can survive the hottest or coldest of climates. Lentils originated in Central Asia and have been eaten since prehistoric times and are one of the first foods known to be cultivated, since seeds dating back 8,000 years have been found in archaeological sites in the Middle East. Archaeologists have even discovered traces of lentils buried with the dead in Egyptian pyramids. The humble lentil had reached mythical status and was praised for its ability to enlighten the mind, even in the afterlife. In Catholic countries such as Spain and the Canary Islands, lentils have long been used as a staple food during Lent. Lentil stew is a popular dish in the Canary Islands and often served with potatoes, chorizo, and vegetables. I'm also told that the addition of garlic croutons and red canary wine, together with crusty bread, makes a comforting and wholesome dish, and best found in many of the small traditional family-run restaurants on the islands. Lentils do not need to be soaked before cooking, have multiple uses in the kitchen, and their flavour enhances any vegetable or meat ingredient. It's no wonder that they've been a treasured foodstuff since early times. As a vegetarian for many years, I've long been aware of the high nutritional properties of the humble lentil. They're an excellent source of cholesterol-lowering fibre, as well as having an ability to manage blood sugar levels following a meal. Lentils contain 7 of the most important minerals, including B vitamins and protein, and with virtually no fat. Indeed, just a cupful of cooked lentils will set you back around 200 calories, so they're great food for anyone on a diet. The fiber content helps to overcome digestive disorders, such as irritable bowel syndrome, and prevents constipation. There are also huge benefits to the heart. According to food intake studies, lentils were associated with an 82% reduction in risk from heart attacks due to their fiber, as well as from the significant amounts of folate and magnesium. Lentils are rich in iron and, unlike red meat, are not rich in calories or fat, which makes them ideal for those who require increased levels of iron, including growing children and adolescents. I'm very fond of pasta dishes, but I try to avoid eating them too often because they can be very fattening. And I've recently discovered pasta made entirely from lentils, which can now be easily purchased from some of the major supermarkets. At last I can enjoy pasta without worrying about the calories. This one old photograph of a couple threshing lentils on this beautiful island reminded me of the immense value of the humble lentil, which can be rightly called an ancient crop for modern times. If you haven't yet eaten a lentil dish or used them within a meal, I recommend that you do. As for me, I'm off to enjoy a lentil bake and a glass of red Lanzarote wine for lunch. You have been listening to Let's Thresh a Lentil by Barrie Mahoney, which is part of the Letters from the Atlantic series. If you'd like to find out more about me, my podcasts, blogs and books, please go to my website www.barriemahoney.com, and that's Barrie with an IE. Thank you for listening.